Now, who's got a degree in lit? Stop stalling. Yeah, I want to get to some gameplay, please. Seriously, what freaking town is that? Oh, this apartment, Chess's apartment, fault. Okay, so she was in the same. What town is that? I don't know. Okay. Alice C. Yeah, it's just so. I'm going to skip cursing because I don't feel like doing it. Like I said, everything felt so real. The panic in the streets, the accidents everywhere with no emergency responders showing up. Of course not. If it's a freaking apocalypse, why would you expect emergencies to. Okay. I'm going to end up cutting myself off a lot when I get too angry. Okay. Where was I? Show up. And the ever present siren. It was like everyone walking with their eyes to the sky, just expecting to see a flash. Did you make it to the shelter okay? The shelter was actually in the basement of a bar. They used it as storage, which was handy since there was a door towards the street, but there were no signs or anything like that anymore. I just knew about it from the Facebook conversation. Okay, wait. Isn't that bar of yours always... What? Oh. Okay, just roughly, weirdly transition to it. Okay. Okay, wait. Isn't that bar you always go to? The Rad Bar. These names! Heh, yeah. Go on, Alice. Did you get in? I went to what I thought was the side door. It wasn't that kind of alleyway I'd usually hang out in. I could just imagine junkies and hobos sleeping among those trash bags anyway. The suspense is killing me. So I knocked on the door and then immediately tried the handle. It was locked. Nothing happened for a while. And then the door opened just a bit and she stuck her head out. She? The Queen. Yes, the Queen of England showed up. Okay, no. She was the redhead chick who had taken charge of everything in there. She was the one who originally posted about the place, so I guess she felt she owned it somehow. She stood in the doorway looking me over and then basically said, "We're full," like it was an exclusive club. I can't believe they just keep you out for no good reason. Was it actually full? Ha! Not a chance. There was a sign on the door that said capacity 100. There was just no way there was 100 people in there already. I said as much. She didn't reply. I guess you didn't just let it be at that. I said that I wasn't. I'll try to talk her into letting me in because shoving her out of the way, uh, that'll lead to some bad relationships. Okay, I tried talking my way in. You can't just leave me out here, and so forth. She just repeated that they were full, that there wasn't enough food for any more, that I should try to find some other place to hide. Stone cold indeed. I tried telling her I wouldn't be a burden. I had brought food. I opened my bag and showed her. You're nicer than I would be. What did she say? I wasn't being nice. I was being desperate. I was trying to figure out the rules of this sudden new reality. She hesitated. Then she said, "All right, but you will have to share." A bribe, huh? How tempting. What was your answer? How much does she want? That's the thing. Hmm. I think I might have to take her up on her offer. I might. Sure, let's do it. So she let me slip in, closing the door behind me with a bang. Ooh, do I get to see an image? Ooh, nice and fuzzy image. You're so creative and artistic. Yep, seriously, the art so far is pretty good, actually. I kind of like it. I barely had time to get my bearings before she started taking command again, telling me to hurry up and to empty my bags. Empty your bags? She had some kind of notion she should be in charge of the supplies. And what did you say to that? I talked to her about it politely. I asked her who the heck put her in charge. I followed her orders. I didn't want to rock. I'll ask about it politely. I'll be polite. Seems reasonable. I wasn't there to fight. I just wanted to get through it. So, what? Did she rob you of everything that you owned or what? I was ready to start arguing with her, but about that politely, of course. But it turned out she just wanted to make inventory. She was very carefully She very carefully wrote down everything we had with us, from clothes to food to blankets. Huh. I'm not saying she wasn't prissy about it, but I understand that everyone was stressed out. What about the others in there? Were they happy to be bossed around by her? I think most of them were too shell-shocked to think about that. Someone was in charge. That was enough for most. Did you make any new friends? Mainly old friends. I hadn't been the first there. We mingled. Did she leave you alone afterwards? The place had maybe 20 people in it, us included, but she stayed away from most of the rest of us, so yes, she did. Do I get to click this? I don't know. So we're currently down here, bottom right. Hold on. Oh, sweet relief. Do I turn? I guess I'll keep it on so I don't feel like I'm just talking in an empty room, which I am. Were you the last to arrive? No, soon after there were some others. These she let in without trouble, embracing one of them, this big, burly guy with a motorcycle jacket. Someone you knew? Actually, yes. Ray was his name. He lived pretty close. I mainly knew him for his love of motorcycles. I had no idea he knew that queen. But the place was still empty? Yeah. Soon after, though, there was another knock, and this time the queen tried to do the same thing she did with me. What did you do? I stepped in. This was unacceptable. I protested naturally. I kept quiet. I am questioning about this. Hold on, I want to see this. Can't do anything. What does the smiley face do? Yeah. Okay. What should I do? What should I do? I'm going to step in because I'm a righteous person. Darn right. Well, I raised my voice at her. She just turned red. What was your approach? I tried pushing my way in between, but she just pushed me back. Then she called for Ray. Suddenly, I found myself alone, surrounded by a whole bunch of rather unkind gentlemen. You bit off more than you could chew. That's how that person's going to maintain power, through brute force. Fantastic. I just sealed myself in a tomb. You could say that. She gave me an ultimatum. Step the F down right now or leave. What did you do? What does this mean? What does the bubble mean? I'm freaking leaving. I'm leaving. Don't care if I'm annihilated, I'm not putting up with this. I stepped back from the door. The sound of it slamming shut still echoed in my ears. It was the sound of desperation. I knew there'd be no more opening it. I had to think of something else. What did the others think? They all looked to me for some reason. It was pretty weird. I didn't really think of myself as a leader type. So did you go with them together somewhere else? I was pretty sure they'd follow me, but the thought of me as a leader, I don't know. It scared me. I thought about maybe heading off by myself instead. So, realistically, what were your options? Yeah, I'm going to try to leave a major city place if it's being bombed with a group. I could try to leave town leading the group. Let's do this! Out of the town, make that map completely useless. A little post-apocalyptic group of survivors. Did you have any ideas what to do? Well, we needed to get out of the downtown area fast, which left us with a few options. The streets. I can imagine. I thought I turned those off. I swear I turned those off. Come on. I'll just black it out in editing. I can imagine they must have been pretty bad. You live centrally, don't you? Yep, and yep. The streets were bad, really bad. Accidents everywhere. Gridlocked as far as the eye could see. Panic. Bedlam. Awful. So, no buses, no metro, and you don't own a car, correct? That's right, and neither did any of the others, but we had a few options. One was to start walking until we got out of the gridlocked zone and then to steal a car. People were leaving them with the keys in the ignition, just running away. Well, then those people are morons. Okay, sounds awful and reasonable. Another would be to try to find a car as soon as possible and just use it to make a way out of the gridlock. You gotta be kidding. Second option, ignorant and stupid. Okay. What, like in the action movies, a truck or a bus or something smashing through? Something like that. Alright, so what did you decide to do? Okay, I'll try to think logically through both options. So, to walk past the worst. We would be on foot, we'll have more options for navigating the area, and we wouldn't be put in too much risk. Stealing a vehicle and smashing it through the streets, a lot of risk, deadly, walk. You gotta be kidding me! I decided walking was the best option. The whole downtown area was gridlocked. Cars everywhere, people running down the sidewalks, and sirens blaring. It was like one of those disaster movies. No hope of driving anywhere at any rate. But where was everyone going? Most of them were going home, I think. People were just in the wrong place at the wrong time. And there you were, running away from home. Once I made my decision, I stuck to it. No matter how much I was filled with doubt, half an hour was nothing. Nothing at all. But luckily, that estimate was completely wrong. Sometimes I'll walk half an hour in the wrong direction just because I stubbornly refuse to believe I'm lost. You're a moron as well. Congratulations, I'm friends with morons. I'm losing my mind already. Post-apocalypse. The bombs haven't even fell yet and I'm losing my mind. Okay, so is that 10 in the morning or 10 in the afternoon? I'm looking up in the. You gotta be kidding me. I hope not too many of those pop up. I didn't know what was the right direction, but I tried to get there as fast as possible, although that was a lot harder than I thought it would be. I was swept up in a mass of people and manhandled in the wrong direction more than once. Every few minutes, I stopped to consult the map to make sure I was going in the right direction. Was there any danger, like people attacking each other or something? No. I thought we were all going in the same direction, but then I realized that the crowd was heading somewhere I hadn't planned to go, a subway station. What'd you do? I was swept along. It was that or get trampled or pinned against some wall. I finally managed to disentangle myself at the stalled mass of people just outside the entrance. Apparently, it was closed and people were trying to break through the gates. By the time I was out, though, I had lost a lot of time. Time. Isn't that the thing you're fighting here? How far away were you planning to get on getting? Well, a lot further than I had gotten at that point. I could practically still see my apartment building, but the crowd was slowly thinning at least. And I actually saw a vehicle in motion, an ambulance, weaving between stalled cars with its sirens blaring. What'd you do? Yeah, let's try to get as far away from the city as possible, considering bombs are falling on it. We just kept walking. I don't really know what I was thinking. I don't think I was thinking. If I looked down and put one foot in front of the other, maybe nothing would happen. Something like that. So how did that work out for you? Think it was easy. People had driven out into the sidewalks and left their cars everywhere. Everything was a mess. We tried going down the main highway, but it proved pointless and we had to backtrack. I didn't say it was easy, but did you consider running? I half ran and jogged as much as I could, but it felt like being late for class. I got tired almost immediately while the goal was still very far away as ever. I wasn't the one in the worst shape in the group though, but we all adjusted our speed to one another by unspoken agreement. Adrenaline was high, no one stopped to rest. Where were you even going? Away. As far as away as we could. I don't know. And? Well, I saw it streak over my head, trailing a white cloud. What? You were outside when the bombs fell? I thought, I don't know. I thought we'd have time to get away, but we just wasted too much of it somehow. The worst part was everyone else. They had trusted me when I said God. I said the word God and everybody immediately gave me my trust. I was out on the street when the initial shockwave came. There was just no duck in cover. Could save any of us there from that, I don't think. The next thing I know, I am showered in glass as every window above us shattered. Cars swerved off the road and crashed bedlam. And bright light. I tried to crawl out of the way when something hit me. Maybe a piece from a building. I don't know. I blacked out. You have a really effed up imagination, Alice. I don't. It didn't feel like a dream. That's the thing, because you don't wake up in dreams, do you? But I did, bleeding alone on the street. Don't tell me they took everything from me. What did you see? They just took the blur. They just took the blur tool and just smeared it. You gotta be kidding me. It's still an interesting image. Just they took the freaking blur tool. Okay. Okay. I saw a burning city, ash raining down the downtown far too close. A mushroom cloud just started, just staring me in the face. It was the end of the world. I just knew that there and then. Jeez. And then there was a streak of light, and it was actually almost beautiful as I felt some space. As I fell from space? As it fell from space. Okay. How long do I plan on recording this? Just a streak of light at only a slight angle. I just had time to think. No, we've had enough. Before it hit, for some reason, I elected to stare right at it. You freaking idiot. You don't stare at that type of crap. You don't. When it impacted above the ground in a terrible fireball. Please tell me the dream ended here. Yeah, I didn't really see it though, but I died. Eventually in the dark. Dots. And thus concluded my dream. Well, that was interesting. What did you think? I think it felt incomplete, like there was something missing. That wasn't the way it was supposed to end, you know? Dreams are supposed to end in a certain way. This one was, I think, it felt like it was trying to tell me something, but I wasn't listening closely enough. Maybe you can try again next night. See if you hear the same recording. Speaking of, what frequency was it on? That's the weird part. When I tried to see, I realized I had hit the right channel, and it was in fact reading Alice in Wonderland. And this isn't exactly some obscure number station frequency on the AM bands. Well, maybe you'll dream it next night again. Anyway, that's a good thing with dreams. You can always dream them again. Okay, that's an arguable point, but I won't bother with it. And maybe do something different in the second time around? You gotta be kidding me. I think the problem here is that it didn't describe certain elements enough. For example, when it was talking about streets and walking through the streets, it neglected to say that there was masses of people all around. Okay, here are some credits. Better prepared, first death. Oh, thank you, achievements. Took me an hour. Okay, let's try this new game. What's Dark Alice? Ooh. Dark Alice is an Alice min-maxed for maximum ruthlessness and efficiency. It is not recommended you pick her as your first Alice. She will almost certainly be able to survive most of what the world throws at her, but she will not be able to reach the absolute final ending. She is canny. Okay. Okay, let me try to figure this out. Okay. I'm going to try out this. Full supplies, full social skills, 1 in fitness, 1 in survival, and 1 in career. Let's try this one. Accept and start. Okay, I'm also going to skip dialogue I've already read before. Skip this. Skip this. Let's go online. Let's think about my options. I'll just try to go straight. I decided to leave town. I have a feeling this was going to prove to be more difficult than just taking the Greyhound, Yeah, but I knew I didn't have a lot of time to spare, so I hurried out and... Wait. You didn't leave empty-handed, did you? Oh, right, yes. I grabbed the biggest bag I had. A honest-to-God hiking bag. I never owned a hiking bag in my life, but in the dream I did. Alright. Oh, so it just randomly gives you stuff? A bar of emergency chocolate. Emergency as in holy SH. I have a deadline tomorrow morning, but I guess this kind of emergency also qualifies. So, take flashlight, take radio. It's... No, this is bull crap. You're bull crap, game. So it gives you a random amount of supplies. You gotta be freaking kidding me. You gotta be freaking kidding me. No map this time around? What the frick? Okay, fine. Just take all that. Any friends? Were they coming? Most of them, I mean, the people watching the movie with me had left. Wait, so the dreams randomly generated each time? You gotta be kidding me. Then there's no way to freaking figure out... You gotta be kidding me. Okay, so apparently I missed some story. There's people watching a movie with me. Okay. I didn't know you were such a leader of people. Me neither. Weren't you terrified? It's not like you were going camping. My hands were shaking the whole time. But... why isn't it showing like a name tag here? But I was kind of working on automatic. I even turned off the TV and the lights before leaving. So, if you weren't planning on sticking around for the bombs to fall, and you weren't planning on going back to a shelter to hide from them, where exactly was your plan? Well, we need to get out of downtown area fast, which left a few options. The streets. I can imagine they must have been pretty bad. Yep, blah blah blah. Let's just do a skip. Fine, let's do the stupid option and select a vehicle and get us killed early on. By your description, this seems kind of a bad idea. Well, finding the vehicle was easy. But they had all been abandoned for a good reason. They weren't going anywhere. I had to find one we could feasibly get out of there with. And the others, were they just going to sit around doing nothing? It was my idea in the first place, but the others had a much more important task to figure out a clear an escape route and if I managed to find an appropriate car. Sounds like a plan. I wasn't really sure what I was looking for, just that we needed a car, stat. I found a station wagon open with the key in the ignition, no sign of the owner. I jumped in and gunned it, and got maybe half a block before I hit complete traffic stop. Everyone was beeping, people were abandoning their cars, all traffic rules forgotten. I'm not sure what else you expected. Yeah, well, I decided walking was the best option. The whole downtown area was gridlock, cars there. Okay, so this is starting to turn into one of those games where it forces you to play a certain way.